So my therapy is fundamentally different. Its purpose is different. Its approach is different. The other therapies respect the society and condemn the poor individual. I respect the individual and I condemn the mob, because the mass of people has no soul in it. It is just a big crowd of almost dead people who don't know what life is and who will never know what life is. One has to look into people like Vincent van Gogh, or the man who could produce such immensely significant paintings. Why he went mad? In my opinion, he never went mad. But according to everybody who knew him, he was mad. He was mad because he never worked. He never got well educated. He was mad because his family was persistent that you get educated. They wanted to make him a priest, and he refused. And that job is respectable. That job is financially the best. It is powerful. And he refused. And he said, I want to become a painter. The family simply said that if you want to become a painter, you must be mad, because what you are going to gain out of your paintings? If you want to become a painter, then we have nothing to do with you. You just leave us alone. Don't bother us anymore. Hungry, without money. Sometimes few friends helped, but who is going to help him for long? And once a friend who has helped him saw his paintings, stopped helping him, because his paintings were ununderstandable. They were as mysterious as existence itself. But who was there to appreciate them? His younger brother was very sad for him, because he had a certain understanding about paintings. He used to work as a salesman of a big firm which was selling all kinds of art pieces, paintings included. he could understand a little bit. He had known the best paintings in the shop of his owner. He had seen the best sculptures. He had some sense and sensitivity. So he used to send him just enough that he can eat 2 meals every day. And what Vangag was doing, that out of 7 days, 4 days he will eat, and 3 days he will save the money to purchase canvases, colors. So only alternate days he was eating. Naturally, anybody will think this man is mad. He is starving, but he continues to paint. And he is certainly insane because he could not sell a single painting in his whole life. And nobody was ready to give a single cent. His brother, that younger brother who was supporting him, was very much sad that he cannot have even the consolation that somebody purchased a painting. At least somebody came and appreciated. So he asked a friend, gave him money, and told him that you go to Vangag and purchase a painting from him. I want to give my brother a little bit of consolation that at least there is one man who understands and is ready to pay. The man came. He had no sense about art. He said to Vangag that I would like to purchase a painting. Vangag could not believe. Tears came to his eyes. He said, "You are welcome. Come inside and look. I have many paintings. Whichever you want, you can take, and whatever you want to pay for it is more than enough. Just that you have come to purchase a painting is enough reward for me." The man said, "I am not interested in paintings. You can give any, and here is the money." You can understand the shock of the man. His tears dried. He could not believe. And it was a simple, logical corollary that he said, "You must have been sent by my brother. Take this money back, and even if you bring millions of dollars, I am not going to sell any of the painting to you. I will throw those paintings and give to beggars, but not to you. You just get out of the house." The man could not believe. He said, I am giving you money. He said, you are giving me money, but I can see that you don't have any perception, any idea, any sensitivity for art. And this must be my younger brother's work. The man said, this is strange that you figured it out so quickly. Yes, your brother has sent me. And he has given the money. And he wanted to give you some consolation, but you are a strange man. Now that man must think Van Gogh insane. He was not a very beautiful man. Not even homely. He was a coal miner's son. He has been brought up in poverty, in sickness, and he was living almost starving. But his devotion to painting was religious. I call this quality religiousness. He never went to any church. He never bothered about any God. He never read any holy book. But he was a religious man. The way he painted, the way he sacrificed his life in colors, in canvases, it is something that can only be called religious. There is no other word to explain it. No woman ever loved him. Again his brother tried a prostitute, gave her money and said just once in a life he should have the satisfaction that some woman wanted him. The prostitute was willing. There was no question, it was a simple business. She said, you give me money in advance and you can send your brother. He tried to explain to the prostitute that my brother has never known any woman because no woman will love him. He is not beautiful. Please try to help him that he forgets that he is ugly, that he forgets that nobody loves him. The woman said, you don't worry. And this is our profession. It is not a question of telling to us, I know my profession perfectly well, you just send your brother. Vincent van Gogh was told by his brother that one woman has approached me. She is very shy. She loves you, but she cannot say it to you. She sees you painting on the beach, in the forest. She loves your painting, she loves you even more. Van Gogh could not believe He said, "Is it another trick? Why you are after me? Because it hurts. You had sent that man to purchase. I understand your love for me. But you don't see how wounded I felt. That man said, 'Give me anything. Anything will do. Just take this money. Don't waste my time.' His brother said, 'No, I have nothing to do with it. The woman approached me.' So Vincent van Gogh went to the prostitute, and of course, as a professional, she welcomed him. He could not believe all that welcome and warmth and love. He asked the woman, 'Do you really love me?' Because as far as I know, everybody says I am ugly. And I know it too because I can see in the mirror I am ugly. So what is impressive to you? The woman just laughingly playing with his earlobes said that I love your ears. They are unique. I have seen many men. And it was true. He has very long ears. If he was born in India, just because of long ears, Jainas would have accepted him as their Tirthankara. Because that is one of the qualifications of a Tirthankara, the Jaina prophet. His earlobes should touch the shoulder. He would have been accepted by a Buddhist as another Buddha. The same condition, earlobes. But he was born in a place where nobody will bother about his ears. The woman could not find anything else to appreciate, so she said, "You have unique ears." And that was true. He said, "You like them?" She said, "I like them very much." He said, "Then wait, I will be coming just within half an hour." And he cut his both ears, packed them in a box, rushed with blood flowing all over him, and gave the ears to the woman. He said, "Nobody has ever appreciated anything in me. You are the only one. Now these ears I present to you." The woman was shocked. Certainly the man is insane. And immediately the neighborhood became aware that he is bleeding and he has cut his ears. They reported the police and he was forced into a mental asylum. He lived there 1 year, and that 1 year he has painted his best paintings, and he was mad for the whole world. Mad for the psychiatrist, the psychoanalyst, the therapist who were treating him. If they had succeeded in treating him, he would be just a coal miner. Back to the society he belonged. But they could not succeed. Fortunately, they could not succeed with Van Gogh. He went on painting the way he wanted. All his paintings were thought to be insane. And now each of his painting is millions of dollars. If this man had come to my therapies, we would have made a Gautam Buddha out of him. Not only because of his ears, but he had the intelligence, the sensitivity. Just he needed support, appreciation. Just he needed recognition. And immediately he would have become rooted, centered, and he had the capacity to grow as far as anybody can grow. But his whole life is tragic. When he was thrown out of the mental asylum, because they could not do anything, he remained the same. He was becoming unnecessarily a burden on them. They had to purchase canvases, colors, paints, brushes, and that man was not changing a single bit. All their therapeutic work was useless. Out of the madhouse, he committed suicide. He wrote in his last letter to his brother that I don't see that there is any more that I can do. I have painted whatever I wanted to paint. Particularly this 1 year in the madhouse has been of great significance. I always wanted to paint the sun as nobody has ever painted it, and I have succeeded. Now there is nothing else. So why unnecessarily suffer, starve, be condemned by everybody? It is better. I am an unfit. It is better to rest in death. Now this man was not mad. He was in a mad world. He did not belong to this world. And I talked about Van Gogh because that is the case with all the artists, all the poets, all people of intelligence, creativity, art, dance, music, sculpture. That is the case all over the world. My therapies will help them immensely. Freud cannot do anything for them. At the most, he can reduce them. So Vincent van Gogh becomes a coal miner, Picasso becomes a clerk in a station. That is sanity. These people who are thought to be insane, I have been to many insane asylums. The people who are thought to be mad are just different from the masses, that's all. And they have more energy which needs expression. They cannot fit anywhere because they have a certain solid individuality. And they persist to remain to be themselves. They have a certain rebelliousness in them. Even if they are condemned by the whole world, they want to remain to be themselves. My therapies are to help the unfit people in the society to recognize that they are welcome in my commune. Here, nobody can manage to be an unfit because everybody is unfit. This is the society of unfit people. So to be unfit is just normal. And everybody respects each other's individuality. If it does not suit to me, that is my problem, but I am not going to dump it on the other person. It is not his problem, it is my problem. If I cannot understand his painting, that does not make him insane, it simply makes me that I don't have a sensitivity for paintings. If I cannot understand his music, that means I don't have musical ears. Just the opposite is happening in the society. If you cannot understand his music, he is mad. And because you are the majority, the poor fellow starts feeling perhaps he is mad because everybody else is agreeing on his madness. And once a man accepts the idea that he is mad, insane, below the normal, he has almost committed suicide. So I have to drag these people back to life and not only back to life, but to a higher life, to a better life, to a more intense life. They are capable of it. That's what has driven them mad in the first place. So therapies are the groundwork. And then works meditation. Once a deep acceptance has come to you, then you can grow. You are nourished. And that's why I wanted to create communes around the world. Because even if a person goes through the therapies and then back to the society, they will disturb him. In fact, he needs a totally new society. He needs people around him who love him, just for the sake of love. There is no other reason. They may not understand his paintings, but they respect his creativity. They are not going to condemn him. On the contrary, if they are interested, they will learn how to appreciate painting, music, poetry. If I cannot understand your language, that does not mean you are mad. That simply means I don't know that language. And if I am interested, I should learn the language. But just the opposite is happening all over the world. If people cannot understand your language, you are mad. You have to be forced to forget your language. You have to be forced to learn their language. And this is very destructive. I don't accept your therapists. Even Freud or Jung, Adler, they are not completely psychoanalyzed. They themselves. Freud was afraid his whole life. Many times his disciples, whom he had analyzed, wanted to analyze him. He refused. He knew perfectly well that being analyzed will expose him. All his eccentric, stupid dreams he will have to tell. Then who is going to accept him as the greatest psychoanalyst? He is just an ordinary man as anybody else. He will have to accept that he is afraid of death. So much so that even the mention of the word death used to give him a fit. He will become unconscious. He was very much afraid of ghosts. And he is the founder of psychoanalysis. He needs to come here wherever he is. He needs to go through the therapies available here. And he will not have anything to fear about, because we do not condemn anything. If you have a nightmare, it is perfectly good. Human beings have nightmares. If you have a sexual dream, it is just natural. You are only a victim of thousands of years of religious condemnation of sex. I have been to Aboriginal societies in India. It's strange.